$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
I
now.
Die
hate-
Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that
She
movie.
cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times ahead.
Yeah, they hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready?
Ready?
two,
To
party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out now. Flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
It's episode 285 for the
Wait.
Thursday.
Holy crap, dude.
Thursday
The
record.
13th, not the
Yeah.
11th.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
We've postponed our show many
Couple
times
days.
already.
It's been a week.
It's been a
Yeah.
week, and already, like, Alex is like, "Hey, we might not even be recording tonight," because she wasn't feeling well today. And-
I think I'm just like tired.
Yeah,
I am
the
tired.
weather's really messing with a lot of people.
It is. My joints are hurting. Like I'm just.
Dude, I am over this
tired,
weather.
man.
I am over this weather.
I love having a birthday in January. You know how many times I've said that?
But this is like a mild January for snow.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad temperature wise. And well,
Brett-
there has been no snow yet.
Did you
but
announce that you have a newer vehicle? I don't know if you
it's not
did.
It's new to me. It's not really.
Right, but you have
I
another.
have another Mustang, yes.
Yes, I don't know if you made that known on
I
the
never
podcast.
said no.
So you're very lucky this year that there's been
So
a
far,
lack of
yeah,
ice.
Basically, we'll see what happens when the snow hits, because it will eventually, most
Your
likely.
hair's different.
I had her do it a little bit different this time.
Mm-hmm.
You got a problem with that?
No, I'm just pointing it out. Like, you look different. You have had the same haircut for like 10 years. And
Well, no, the same haircut. I guess so. Well, technically, it's been more like 20 years, but the same girl.
I was trying not to overshot it because I thought you would yell at me for going, it's not been that long. But no, you went ahead and did it.
Well,
okay.
I went to the same girl for like, I don't even know. So 2017. So from like 2004 to 2017, I had one girl do it. And then I switched and went to another girl. And so for the last 5 years or almost 5 years, this one girl.
I don't think I've ever seen your hair that short.
It actually it looks
I went
dope.
shorter on the sides and longer on the top. So
yeah, just take a little bit off the top.
See, because I get my hair cut every 2 weeks, and when I do, the first week I can't really do anything with on top because it's too short. So I can't start putting stuff in it until after the first week, and then it's only a week before I get it cut again. So I had her go and do things a little bit differently.
Ooh, so you're changing things up. You haven't let it go to you've had mostly the same do forever, but like you haven't gone to anything that hipsters or like any extreme levels of anything.
That's what
different.
I mean. This is extreme for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's been the same for the most part, but back when I was a kid, I used to shave my head like bald. Like,
really?
I looked like I had leukemia.
Wow.
Like I was taking chemo treatments.
You really did?
Yeah.
I
I was like,
you even got chat saying you look different. So
I saw a picture of me at Christmas when I was like 2014, and I literally was bald. And
2014,
I'm like,
we knew you
oh
then.
my God, that looks not in 2000. Wait, did I say 2014?
You meant 4?
I meant 14 years old.
Okay.
So it was more like 1999.
Okay.
And I was like, man, somebody should have told me you look like an idiot, because it looked bad.
Well, I have to at this point, but I think I pull it off just fine because my head's a little larger.
I was thinking today while she was cutting it, I'm like, man, I'm glad I have my hair. I can handle gray, but as long as it's on my head.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on like your aesthetic and how you pull it off.
I was actually, speaking of hair, I was going through and like deleting old photos that are just like doubles or just random stuff that's in your phone. And I have like a few years back, and I had some transfer over from even my old phone. So I have pictures of when Josh still had hair, like somewhat, and I don't like it.
You don't like his hair?
That I had.
So, Josh, when did you start losing your hair, if you don't mind?
When he met me. That's not a joke, though, when he met me.
It was noticeable right after high school, for sure.
Okay.
I think...
Right when you met me.
I want to say it was definitely starting to thin out around 19.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
It was definitely not as, and that's only because you wore it. So
I'm not
like
offended by it.
So
I'm
like
over it
emo like for like so long. Like you had such long hair for like a really long time. And I mean, I've been doing your hair by myself for like the last 15, 16 years. Yeah. Like I've been cutting it. So I noticed it. But I think probably once you hit 23, 24.
That's when it was.
I think that's when it was like very noticeable.
Yeah, and you were trying to push it, and I was like, "Just shave me," and you're like, "No,
because I was afraid of what you would look like with all your hair gone." And honestly,
I haven't cut my hair recently, or else I'd show you guys.
You
now,
look,
but
I think
I think I look great.
I think you look the best with the look that you have right now.
I keep a beard,
or
a goatee.
So, all right, I will say
that
I don't want that to go bye. I love your beard.
Right,
it's a lot of gray in that beard too.
It is.
I love it. Josh is all like, I should try dyeing it. I'm like, so, Josh, you shave and the next day your beard's back. Do you know how often you're going to be dyeing your beard?
Like, look at this. Like, you can tell that it's there, but on the other camera,
so I'm like, what you can't see is
it's
how
thick.
Like,
it actually is thick.
It's this thick up here. You just can't see it because
it's
all white.
It's like on Bad Boys for Life when Marcus is making fun of Mike for dyeing his goatee, and then when he's in the hospital, he's doing it for him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna do this for you. So, it's been over a week since we've been on the show, and we're just gonna do a quick.
So
update.
you have on the board Halo Xbox 360, which reminded me of a story.
Sad.
So you say what that it was what
they shut off the
servers today
for Halo. On 360.
So like Halo 3.
Yes.
And 4.
And
Reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
just
ODST,
the
like
Halo the Halo
Franchise.
360 is shut off.
That's
the
why I
Halo
have it as actually
360
that.
servers.
So the Master Chief Collection is still available to play. You can still play, I think, Spartan Assault. That's a big one that people are still playing. That's on the Xbox 360, I think. I think it's Spartan Assault, or it might be something similar to that. But they shut off everything else to put servers, and hopefully this is going to make Halo Infinite's Big Team Battle work. And they'll just use those servers for BTB, because Big Team Battle on Halo Infinite is the reason why we stopped.
Yeah,
it's also boring because the map lack. But
yeah.
Today, Microsoft shut down Xbox 360 servers for all of them. This is big because, Brett, you tried to get us into Xbox for the longest time, and we were always totally against it for the most of our entirety of our working with you. And I eventually caved in because of wanting a different game. But Halo 3 put gaming on the map for me and Alex as our relationship, and it has formed and molded us into the gamers we are today.
It put gaming on the map. It brought gaming back. How about that?
For you.
It ingrained it into our relationship.
There you go.
We were doing it nightly.
Yeah, I know.
We were playing Halo 3 nightly. We met new people and kept friends through Halo. We still do to this day. It's still a big deal. And I'm really happy that when people are like, hey, you play Halo? Because when they play Xbox, you're not certain of people who actually don't pick up that game. And everybody that we have picked up so far is, it's been pretty good. We got another comment on YouTube from Patrick saying, like your cut, G.
Thanks, man.
I was waiting to look. You're saying, why are you looking at me?
I didn't think it looked that different when you was done.
Actually, when you have the same haircut for 20 freaking years, Brett, and you cut it like one number down than what it used to be, I noticed.
I guess.
What was your story?
So I
Brett?
read a story today that Sony is going to continue making PS4s through 2022 because they can't make enough PS5s. Can you believe that?
I read this article. I wasn't certain it was true.
Really?
I didn't read the article. I read the headline. I was like, I'm just going to pass by that because I'm really not certain if that's
I didn't
actual.
read the article, just the headline, because IGN
way.
and GameSpot reported it. So
right. I've seen
those
it all.
are, vetted pretty good. But I'm like, come on, man. I mean, if you're going to develop a new console, but you can't, maybe they didn't anticipate the demand,
Right.
Because they've already outsold, both systems have outsold their predecessor.
They have.
In the first year. That's crazy. You know?
We've had a lot of I don't know, just I don't know. It's been crazy. It just has been. I
was talking to people at work today. I'm like, I'll be lucky to have a PS5 before I'm 40. It's like my milestone.
That's a couple years,
next,
right? You gotta
3 years.
Man, you're gonna have a PS5 before that.
If they can't,
40 is like
between
5
scalpers.
years
Let me say this: I may not be able to buy it retail price until I'm 40. Because you can buy one now for $900 of some kind of bundle, but I'm not paying that.
Patrick got his on launch.
Some people have, some people do.
So.
But they're not even sending them out to retail stores. They're sending them out to retailers, and the retailers save them for online because it's just easier than getting them out to a store and possibly causing a riot.
Right.
So they don't ship to the big box retailers. They keep them for their online sites.
Why is this worse than the Wii?
I don't. Well, I mean, the easy answer is the chip shortage.
Yeah.
But it's even worse now, because both consoles are having issues, but the Switch is still there. There's times I don't see it in stock when I go to stores. I still check out the electronics section.
I just don't compare the Switch to the Switch. To me, is not.
You don't think it has
next gen? No. I mean, it's fine for what it is, but it doesn't. I don't compare it to.
You've never considered Nintendo next gen since.
No, I mean
the 64.
they do their own thing. They don't even try to compete with the other two.
It's because their quality is different.
It's like when they
It's a
put
different
something
quality.
out,
it's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, and we can have that argument at all times of what Nintendo is versus Microsoft and Sony. But Sony was never really wasn't really going to be in the game for a while, and now they're this PS5 shortage is.
It was more like from going back in the day.
Yeah.
Microsoft wasn't going to compete with Sony, and then they just knocked out the park. Which that was all in that dock. What was that called?
The Xbox Power On.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
That was a great.
Sure
one. Love
was.
it, love it.
Let's talk the playoffs. I've been
Please.
waiting to talk about week
this
18.
This is like
of
one
the
of the
NFL.
reasons it's like pushing you to be on tonight is because you
Well,
just
I told you I got here on Tuesday and Alex wasn't home yet.
Oh my god!
I'm like,
yeah.
That was a
normally I
horrible
would
day.
skip a week, but we got to talk about week 18.
We really have to. I think we skipped our playoff predictions last year. We didn't even talk about them
I don't remember.
because we had COVID, so I don't think we had the opportunity to talk about it.
I
So
don't
there's
remember.
really only 3 games to talk about in week 18 for the most part.
Yeah, I'm just getting the bracket up while you're talking about this.
The first one is the Steelers beat the Ravens to get in,
Yeah,
but it wouldn't have even come to that if the second game to talk about is the Colts.
right.
Now we are in Indiana. The team in Indiana is Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time not too short ago, like a couple of weeks, when you did not want to play the Colts because they were rolling.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor is the best back in the league. He ended the year with 17 touchdowns, which is ridiculous. But if they give the MVP to a non-quarterback, which hasn't happened in years, it'll be Jonathan Taylor. I don't think he's going to get it. Aaron Rodgers will probably get it again.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Taylor had one heck of a year. They went to Jacksonville, division opponent, but Jacksonville's 2-13 or 2-14, something like that, and they lost because they stink.
Mm-hmm.
They did not show up.
The Colts had every opportunity.
Yeah, all they had to do was win, and
They
they're
just had
in
to
the
win.
playoffs. And they had to beat Jacksonville.
Just win for him.
I heard a stat that Jacksonville
They showed
against
up.
Indianapolis is in the last. Okay, Jacksonville in the last 30 games are 2-2 against Indianapolis, and the rest are losses against the rest of the league. So they're
Wow.
500 against Indy, and they've only won 2
Why
games against
is
the
that? Why is
entire
that for
rest of
some
the league.
teams? I don't get it. Why is it for some teams that they just have losses?
It's
I don't get this. It happens
sometimes
to every team.
Some teams can beat their division opponents the majority of the time. The Packers playing anybody else in the NFC North.
This year.
For a
yes.
time, the Steelers beat at least Cincinnati and Cleveland all the time.
Right.
But in some cases, those teams are just superior than the others. But look at New Orleans. Tom Brady has not won against New Orleans if it's not in the playoffs. As he's been a Buck. It's just that some divisional opponents just have their opponents' numbers.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't play well. And then the last game, the one to talk about, Sunday night game, Chargers-Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was a scenario which I've never seen in all the time that I've watched football that
It was
if
about to happen.
the Raiders and Chargers tied, the Steelers would not get in, and the Raiders and Chargers would both get in.
That would have been the
So
best
there was
FU
talk
to the
about
Steelers.
all they
Yeah.
got to do is take knees the whole game. They're not going to do that, and the reason they're not going to do that is because they're all professional athletes. They want to win.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're also not
They were
gonna
about to do it.
because they were about to. I'll get to that. They would also not want to do it because you do not want to let your division opponent in and then potentially have to play them.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because you just never know about a divisional opponent, especially in the AFC West, where you have the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Chiefs in the playoffs. All 3 of them, 3 out of those 4 teams in that division would have been in the playoffs.
Right.
So, game's going on, and as I've said many times on this show throughout the football season, Brandon Staley is the head coach of the Chargers. He's a analytics guy. So he has someone giving him percentages of winning the game in certain situations. So in the third quarter, they're losing, I think, and they may not have been losing by much. He's in his own 18. That's the other team's red zone.
Yeah.
He goes for it on 4th down, and he doesn't make it. Turns the ball over. I'm losing my mind at home. I'm like, you are an idiot. I think I even said in the group chat,
Yeah. You
fire
did.
this guy right now.
You did.
Because he probably just lost the game.
Right.
Except he didn't lose the game.
Yeah.
So they keep going on. Get down to the 4th quarter. The Chargers need to score, I believe, a touchdown to tie. And they're driving, and it goes 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, no gains, incomplete passes. And Justin Herbert on 4th down, on 3 different 4th downs on this drive, makes the 1st down.
Yes, he does.
And then they go down and score. So it's tied up. So then it goes to overtime. And the Raiders get the ball, and they are... I don't remember exactly how it played out, but basically...
They got to the red zone, I believe, didn't they?
Well, no, they didn't get quite there because Carlson kicked a field goal to win it.
Yeah.
But the Raiders were... It looked like they were content to let the clock run out, tie, knock the Steelers out, and they'll both go to the playoffs. Brandon Staley calls a timeout.
Dumbest idea
Like
of his
an
career.
idiot.
Dumbest
He calls
idea.
a timeout. The Raiders, and Chris Collinsworth the entire time is talking, if you get in the position where you can run the clock out in overtime, guaranteeing yourself that you're going to make the playoffs. Yeah, the other team is too, but you have to have that conversation with yourself just to make sure you get in.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So he calls a timeout. The next play is a run play. Brandon Jacob breaks it for like 10 yards or 10 plus yards. They're in field goal range.
Yeah.
So if he hadn't called that timeout, the Raiders are probably just going to let the clock run out. But since he called the timeout, got a run play in, Daniel Carlson, very good kicker, lines up, kicks field goal, they win. The Chargers are not in the playoffs.
Yep.
And
Raiders
I'm like,
are, though.
that is the biggest choke job, and more so by a coach, because
It's so bad.
Herbert battled that entire, fourth quarter drive just to tie it up, made some incredible throws on fourth down, 4th and 10.
It was a
3 different
brilliant
times
game.
on that drive.
I watched it,
and
yeah.
his own coach screwed him out of the playoffs.
You were like, you guys weren't watching. You were streaming. I was like, Brett, we have like
We have
5
like 8
TVs.
TVs.
Yes, I know, but that one, I don't know if could you feel the
It was
tension and what was at stake,
yeah.
even
Well,
if you're playing something?
Dude, well, the fact that the Raiders, and we were rooting for Patrick's team, we're like absolutely hoping that the Raiders were going to win. And we're just like,
I was like, if the Raiders lose, we're going to have to check on
Alex
Patrick.
got a rampage on SWAT when the game was going on, actually.
I did.
It was probably one of the best freaking times on SWAT she's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome time.
Okay, so...
Oh, before we move on to any other like predictions or anything, the Vikings beat Chicago at home.
Yes.
But they...
Doesn't matter.
Clean house.
There was the ability for Justin Jefferson to have the franchise wide
saw
receiver
this.
record, but instead they
missed it by
kneeled
like they
Yeah.
missed it by like
10-20 yards.
Well,
not even.
it was pretty. It was
It was
a
an
yardage.
easy run.
there
They
were
could've thrown.
some yearly awards that were in play for lots
lot
of
of
different
people.
players. The problem is, and even Cooper Cup admitted this, there was an extra game this year.
Yeah,
So
true.
there is always that. But I
Right.
mean, that's going to be happening all the time going
Yeah.
forward, because eventually in a year or two they're going to go to 18 games and it'll happen all over again.
Yeah.
So
So Zimmer gave one FU to the fans, and
he got fired.
he's out. So is the GM, and I'm happy.
A lot
We're
of
gonna see
firing.
Lot of firing.
Matt Nagy from the Bears got fired. Brian Flores got fired
the
from
Dolphins,
the Dolphins,
coach,
which
yeah.
really surprised me, because
So the Minnesota might pick him up.
he should have got one more year, because they started to win at the end
They
of the
were
year.
winning.
He should have got
Sure.
one more year. Who else got fired? Someone else that I was surprised got fired, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
Shoot, yeah. What was it? Pete Carroll might be looked at.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's over 70. He's
Getting
up there and
I think he
the-
had something.
there. So there's a story about.
I think it
There's
was a rumor.
speculation that Russell Wilson does not want to play for Pete Carroll anymore,
Yeah, maybe it
and
was
so
that.
the owner's thinking, I can have my 70-year-old coach
Mhm.
or one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
And so when it comes back down to it, they're probably going to say, Pete, you can either retire because you're old, or we're going to fire you
right.
and keep Russell Wilson.
So playoff predictions.
Yeah, let's do it. So can you pull? You got it there. Okay.
It's
I
right
do.
there.
Yep, I got.
All right.
this.
So
Yep.
do you want to do game by game, or do you want to pick
Wow.
Super Bowl picks?
I think we can do game by game.
Game by game here, kind of have an
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. So
Let's just start off with the AFC.
do you want to keep
Right.
track of your own picks?
Pretty much, I'm going to type
'Cause-
them out here for everybody.
Yeah,
I'll have
Josh
them.
Are you gonna do
can
them all?
type them out.
Yeah, I'll have it. I'll have it right
Okay.
here. I got it. So, first game we got Raiders Bengals.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Go with the
Really?
Raiders.
Yep.
I think it's just synonymous. Raiders Bengals for the first one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get BJA. Hold on, I gotta make a spreadsheet here. I wasn't prepared for this.
We'll
This
do
is a
it.
lot harder than
I
you
assume we're
thought.
going to do this just week by week, right?
Josh, I hope you know you don't have to be making notes right now. This is saved on YouTube.
Absolutely.
That's a good point.
All right, let's just go down.
Okay,
Josh
we'll
can
down
go
the
through
line.
it later.
We'll go down the line.
Josh, like, let me make a spreadsheet real
Yep.
quick.
Okay. We got the Patriots Bills.
Oh boy, this is the third time that they've played this year. I believe they split. The first time they played, Bill Belichick ran it every single play except 3 pass plays, and they beat them. But I just don't. Mac Jones as a rookie. I'm going to take Josh Allen. I'm going with the Bills.
Bills.
No,
You going Patriots?
I'm gonna go Patriots.
Really?
I'm gonna go Patriots.
I hope not.
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling.
Then we got Chiefs Steelers.
So the Steelers
Surprising.
backed their way. Like they tripped over a log and fell into the playoffs. Basically.
Pretty much. I love that analogy. They tripped over a log and they're like, "What's this? Oh, it's the playoffs."
I don't see, especially since it's at Arrowhead, I don't see any way the Chiefs lose this game.
Right. I'd be very surprised.
I'd be
If
surprised.
there's something that happens to Mahomes or something. Or
It would have to
something
be something
I mean,
like
it
that,
is
like
the playoffs. Anything can happen, but
Yeah.
any given Sunday.
the Chiefs are just better in every single way.
I agree.
We'll go
Kansas City.
Yeah, we'll go Chiefs. Cardinals and Rams.
This is the worst game of the year because
It's gonna be such a heavy
I should
matchup.
say the worst game of the playoffs, or at least the first round, because they both just fell off in December.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Stafford had 7 interceptions in his last 3 games,
I know.
and the only player that's playing decent on the Cardinals is Kyler Murray, who's a 5'9" quarterback.
Okay.
So only because it's a road game for the Cardinals too, and they were like 8-1 on the road this year. So this is a really tough game to pick. I'm gonna go with
Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with the Rams because they're at home.
Rams. Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Okay, so just me for the Cardinals on that one.
Yeah.
We got the 90s matchup of
I
all
know,
time
right?
here. The
Right here,
Niners
we
and
got the Cowboys and the
Cowboys, okay, they are
49ers.
also they eased their way in.
they fell
They
over
had-
a log
they
too.
had
No,
butter.
No,
They had butter for the doorway.
They won the division though.
Right, but they slid in. The division sucked.
Well,
Oh.
it wasn't very. You're right because they had the Eagles squeaked in too. So
Yeah.
the thing is, the Cowboys won the division.
Yeah.
They were good sometimes. They were not good sometimes. The Dak Prescott got big money. He's probably not worth that big money.
No.
But the Niners are rolling right now.
Yep.
This is the one team Dallas did not want to have to play, especially in the first round. I'm going with the Niners,
I'm going with
Ooh.
the Niners.
Niners as well.
Yep.
and I think cousin Andrew might even agree.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's the Cowboys fan. Of
Jimmy
the,
Good stuff.
Jimmy good stuff. I don't know, man. He might not have the good stuff
The
away.
run game for San Francisco right now is just killer, and Jimmy's playing good,
Mm-hmm.
and the defense is decent too. So
All right,
it
then
all
we got
depends on what Dak can do.
Eagles Bucks.
I'm not picking against Tom Brady. until
I'm
he
not
loses.
either. That's just kind of a given. Like, it's gonna be the Bucks. I'm sorry.
I hate to say it as well, but yeah, true.
It's going to be
Very
like
true.
if you're an Eagles fan, you might as well just not turn the game on.
But what I will write down now is our Super Bowl predictions. So we had the first week.
Do we want to do that now, or do we want to do it next
No,
week?
you have to do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super Bowl. All right. So Brett.
So for my NFC, I'm not picking against Tom Brady again until he loses. So I'm going with the Bucks again. And for my AFC, it's a toss-up between Tennessee and Kansas City, and I
Ooh.
think it's going to be Kansas City.
Kansas City. All right, Bucks. Another one.
Yeah.
The rematch of the rematch.
I think that, and again, so the Bucks played the Packers last year,
Mm-hmm.
and in Lambeau, I'm pretty sure, and they lost. The Packers lost. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not picking against Tom Brady. He's a winner. He wins. I know you don't like it, Patrick, but he does.
Alex, do you want to wait? Do you want me to do mine?
No,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go out of left field here.
What's up?
I'm going to say that my choice is actually going to be Green Bay.
Okay, so that's your.
I'm going to go opposite
Packers?
of just because of that history. I think I think everybody's going to be on the same mindset as you, Brett.
Not voting against Tom Brady on this. Yeah.
I'm going to go against Tom Brady, and I'm going to say, as much as I don't want Green Bay to go, I'm going to do Green Bay. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and just say that the Raiders are going to go.
Raiders.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm just going to do it. I'm going to, because I need somebody to root for on that side. And I think that's what I'm going to root for. I know, I know you like your Kansas City, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of liking the way the Raiders are playing.
Well, in the AFC, look at the quarterbacks. You have Derek Carr, Joe Burrow, Mac Jones, Josh Allen.
Jared
Jared
Allen.
Allen
Jared.
Was the defensive end.
Josh Allen. You have Ben Roethlisberger, Patrick Mahomes, and Tannehill. So Jones, Burrow, and Allen are very young. Roethlisberger's a geezer. That leaves Tannehill and Mahomes and Tannehill. I don't think he can win in the playoffs.
Well, the Raiders acted like they really wanted it last game.
And
they
then
played
Derek Carr,
good.
I mean, I like Derek Carr, but he also has really shown. I don't think he's been to the playoffs yet.
Right.
The one year they went, he got hurt, and I don't think he played a playoff game.
God, I'm really having an issue picking the AFC right now.
I know, right?
I picked Packers for NFC.
Yeah.
But the AFC, I'm just looking at this. I'm just like, I'm studying it, man.
I know, it's difficult. I went down. For some odd reason, even though I picked the Raiders over the Bengals, something in my gut is telling me that's a bad decision. But I'm going to stay with it.
I'm going Packers.
I feel it. But
I'm going to go Packers Titans.
Oh, okay.
I will give you guys something to think about. Not that I want you to change your answers, but I want you to remember that I said this.
Okay.
If San Francisco beats Dallas, they have not done well against, I should say Green Bay does not match up well against San Francisco. They almost always lose.
So
but they did win
Fran-
this year. They played earlier this year. They won on a last minute drive by Rodgers. It was pretty cool. But they struggle against San Francisco.
I know, I'm still keeping it.
Yeah, you think San Francisco can go that far?
Nope. I think Aaron Rodgers has this one.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's it's going to be a crazy playoff. I'm excited for the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I really
am. Like, this is actually a playoff weekend that I care about.
There's a Monday night playoff game, which has never happened before because they have that extra team in this year. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's the Chiefs, right?
So
when are the games?
So there's 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday.
Do you know which ones are which?
Monday night is the
I know Raiders and Bengals are the first.
The NFC, the Rams Cardinals is Monday night.
Okay. So that's going to be the snore fest.
I can look at it real quick. Yeah, I'm not excited for that game.
No, it's going to be low. Like it's going to be low scoring.
It should be a really good game, but they've just sucked in December, both teams, and it's not faring well.
We got one person in chat, Brig, saying Chiefs will win the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, Brig, it's not happening.
He's become a real Chiefs fan. He's really been blurting it out, and really,
I know, but
he's playing Madden. So Patrick and I played Madden.
Yeah, heard all about it.
I kicked his ass game 1, gave him game 2, and game 3 we both kind of just. I tried to get it into overtime, and he won before I could get it into overtime. So
Saturday at 4:30 is Raiders Bengals.
Yeah.
Saturday at 8:15 is Patriots Bills.
And
then Sunday at 1 is Eagles Bucks.
Okay.
4:30 Niners Cowboys. 8:15 on Sunday Night Football, Steelers Chiefs. And then Monday night is Cardinals Rams.
Okay. So there's a few. Like, I think that the Eagles Bucks game, if I'm not watching it, I won't care. Just saying.
I'm not gonna watch.
I personally think the Niners Cowboys and the Raiders Bengals are the 2 best games of the weekend.
Yeah,
have potential to be the 2 best games.
The Bucks are gonna kick their ass.
Probably.
Right.
It's gonna be one of those like ridiculous. Why are you even here? Kind of games.
Do you want to talk about Bob Saget?
Yeah, and then we'll do the fan question, and then I think that's gonna be our show. and then everything else we'll just wait on until Monday because we're still gonna have a show on Monday.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold off on some segments. So, over the week, I should say, Bob Saget was 65 years
It was
old.
Sunday
he died. Autopsy not showing anything yet, but
There was some reports saying that it was possible heart attack.
He has his family has a lot of history of medical illnesses. He had a few siblings die. One when he was really young, and one when he was a little bit older, about 10 years ago. So he starred in Full House, AFV.
As our generation knows him as Danny Tanner, who was the father on Full House.
Yeah.
And then he also did America's Funniest Videos. But what's funny about America's Funniest Videos is that he voiced all the clips himself.
Yeah, he did so well.
So he
did
like narrating the clips in this stupid voice.
So out of those two shows, like he pops out most to me. Like when you say Bob Saget, the first thing that I think of is AFV. I don't think of Full House. Like
really?
I watched Full House.
Me too.
But that's what like. Everybody be quiet, AFV's back on. Like that's what it was in the living room.
Yeah.
And it's what it still is.
What's interesting about his character in Full House is that Bob Saget is a filthy, filthy comedian.
I don't know how they got him to play this
his
this
stand-up
role.
is
it's
so bad.
Dude. So
bad as in
it's
inappropriate.
Bad. It's bad.
I've actually never listened to it, but I knew he was a dirty, dirty comic.
Yeah,
so
it's awful.
I didn't know any of that until probably 2007, 2008, and Josh had turned on Bob Saget. He's like, "Oh yeah, didn't you know that his comedy is it's just nasty?" I'm like, "It is." And back in 2007, 2008, I'm 18,
we were listening
19
to Dane
years
Cook.
old. Like, "Oh, I want that filthy stuff." Like, let me listen to it. I shut it off because I was like, I can't have like it's America's Dad.
Is it funny?
I'm like, I can't have. No, it's not. It seemed like because he put he had so much of this dad figure on him.
He had to do the opposite.
It's like he had to do the raunchiest, nastiest comedic stuff to make himself, have two different hymns.
What I am hearing about from the one podcast that I listened to that talked about that is that every comic around loved him and that he was the nicest guy in the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Really nice guy.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got introduced to him on Full House and then AFV. He did Full House from 87 to 95, AFV from 89 to 97. Fuller House he did for 4 years from 2016 to 2020, and he also did The Voice, How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
He was also in some movies too.
He also directed Dirty Work,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool.
And he's got like one of the funniest cameos on what's that Dave Chappelle movie, Half Baked?
Yeah, he also has a good cameo in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, as the dad.
The dad.
About
There's shit
there's
on the
shit
walls.
everywhere.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, not two.
Not two.
The prequel.
Yeah.
But he was he's a America's father, and we got Betty White who passed right before the end of the year, and they found out she had a stroke.
Yep, I saw that.
So
yep.
She was 99, and she made it almost to the end.
She had it good. It was one of those, it's sad, but like I was telling people on my Twitch stream that, when hearing about Sean Connery dying last year, that I'm like, yeah, but look at his life and look at how he died. He died in his bed at his home in the Bahamas.
But not everybody has that comfort.
I know, but I'm just saying, it was just like, I'm saying for the feeling of it, it's like, yeah, it's sad he's gone, but like, good for him, man. Right. He ended well.
He really did. He really did.
Betty White ended well, died in her sleep. Bob Saget probably died in his sleep. Like, that's kind of how I want to go. Just not wake back up.
Yeah, don't wake up. So we have a fan question that kind of deals with similarities to what you were talking about as far as growing up, and he was basically one of America's sitcoms fathers. So what was your favorite family sitcom to watch growing up? We've kind of probably touched on this before with a lot of going through all of our decade of nostalgia. I'm gonna go on a whim and say it's Growing Pains.
Oh no, I didn't watch any Growing Pains.
No, or Step by Step. Sorry.
So there's two parts to this question. So what was my favorite to watch when I was a kid?
To watch growing up. Yeah.
I watched all the TGIF shows. I don't know if I had a favorite,
You didn't?
but not all of them hold up. I think Full House is unwatchable right now.
It was a given to watch it growing up.
But I can still watch step by step. Some of Family Matters is unwatchable. Some episodes are really good.
Right.
Home Improvement is completely rewatchable, but that was not part of
Gosh.
TGIF.
Home Improvement is still good.
I can still watch it.
Yeah.
Like Hanging with Mr. Cooper, that was part of
I never watched that one.
TGIF. Boy Meets World is only really about half watchable.
Right.
Once they get out of high school, I can't do it, and I don't even know if I could watch that one today. But all that whole lineup, and it changed several times just because it was a 2-hour block.
Right.
But that I would usually watch most of that 2-hour block of TV, and then there was hour-long shows, not necessarily sitcoms. Of course, this was a sitcom question, but that I would watch. So
yeah, Alex, do you have one that you actually loved that you could pick out?
Well, it's not necessarily considered a sitcom.
What?
Well, that 70s show.
It's a sitcom.
it is a sitcom.
It is
but
considered a sitcom?
It started in '99, which is well after most of
You were 10.
growing up,
Well, I know, but that was...
and that absolutely holds up.
Yes, that still holds up.
That's
I'd
timeless.
that's probably the only one from my childhood that my
didn't-
brother, sister, and I will still we say one
You were
tiny
10, though.
word,
Yeah.
and then we'll just start saying lines from the show.
That's true.
I did not watch
Back home.
that '70s show as it aired. I didn't start.
Oh, we did.
I didn't watch it
Some.
until it was done.
I watched
How?
some. I watched some.
I don't even remember. I think I
It was
saw
that
it.
it was that 70s show and AFB. Those were the two big things that when
Titus was right around there too.
we watched
Titus,
Titus, but
yeah.
it didn't.
I gotta watch
You
some
didn't hold
Titus.
a candle to
Did
that.
you know that he's
70s
going to be
show.
here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
exciting.
don't remember why I even started watching that '70s show, but I liked it, and then I started buying the DVDs because they were out,
Yeah.
and I think I ended up watching the whole series on DVD.
And it's become one of your favorite as an adult
Yes.
sitcoms.
Absolutely.
For me, Full House is a given. I really enjoyed Jesse and Joey the most growing up, but I can't watch it as an adult nowadays. It's so cheesy. Of course, Home Improvement. My family always loved Tim Allen. Mostly any Tim Allen movie that came out in the 90s, we watched.
Mhm.
So we were big Tim Allen fans. My parents loved his stand-up, so they were big
Even
stand-up.
though it's kind of dirty too, some of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is pretty bad too. If you want to go there, Saved by the Bell was
Oh,
not mentioned,
I never watched.
but I watched that.
I
growing up.
watched it, but it wasn't religiously.
Okay, that's fair. I guess, yeah. And it was something that was. We didn't watch it at night. It was a morning show for our time. I don't remember why, but it was airing in the morning locally for us. So.
I thought for sure, Brett, that you were going to say your black and white show.
Andy Griffith.
Yes,
Yeah, but that wasn't.
that's technically not
that wasn't primetime TV
that wasn't
when
like
I was
yours,
a kid.
but-
That was.
But what's your favorite
It is my favorite.
growing up
Yeah.
too? So did it help you live by certain rules, or is just you just
No.
enjoy it?
I just enjoy it, and I watched it when I was a kid, and
Mm-hmm.
I watch it now.
Yeah.
Well, I would watch it now, but they took it off of Prime.
Oh yeah, that's true. They did. I got Discord here. Got some responses for the question of the week. One from Brig. He says, "Boy Meets World." I think that qualifies. One from Arrow. He says, "Full House, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Oh, Fresh Prince. Yeah, I did watch
Family
that.
Matters, George Lopez, and Friends."
Oh, I did watch George Lopez.
So-
I forgot George Lopez is much older than it actually
Cousin
is.
Andrew
Yeah.
says that he was going to watch, or he told me that he's going to start watching Fresh Prince on HBO Max. And
Yeah.
I said, I bet it doesn't hold up. And I don't know how far he's gotten, but he watched a few episodes, and he says some of it is pretty funny.
Okay. Well, it's hard.
I think George Lopez is completely overrated as a comic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really liked his show. I thought it was
Eh,
good.
His stand-up was fine. His first big one. Then after that, I kind of I fell off of his comedy. We got one from Crystal. She says, "Home Improvement was my favorite. I also enjoyed watching Growing Pains." You never watched Growing Pains.
I never watched.
So
Growing
step by
Pains.
step you watched, but it wasn't
Yes.
like one of your favorites.
Growing Pains was not part of TGIF, if I remember correctly.
It didn't have to. But that was the only thing you watched was TGIF.
I think so,
yeah. And then I believe that's it. Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Well,
for Facebook.
We had
Home
Facebook,
Improvement
too.
wasn't either part of TGIF.
Which one?
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. Okay. It wasn't?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
Because it aired on a different night.
Oh. Okay. What we do, Alex?
Yes, we do have 2 comments on Facebook.
Yeah.
We've got Jeff, which is my dad. He said MASH.
Yeah.
That's a big one for your parents.
My parents have
Your
that
parents
on.
are-
They own
yeah.
the box sets
My
on
parents-
VHS and DVD.
Yeah. So I like MASH, but
My
it's
mom
not for
likes
me.
MASH.
Right.
Like I
It's
can't
a-
just
it's a
sit there and
funny
watch
show.
episode after episode after episode. But that's just like Golden Girls. Hey, I can watch the Golden Girls anytime.
Yeah, that
like
was
I
also
love
a
Golden
sitcom
Girls.
of mine too, but they were done airing that by the
Exactly.
time I was old enough to understand.
Dad also said Happy Days. I totally forgot about Happy Days. I used to actually watch Happy Days.
God, I hate
too.
that show.
I liked Happy Days.
I don't like Happy Days. I'm sorry.
Mork and Mindy
Okay.
and the Carol Burnett Show.
Carol Burnett show is hilarious.
So, we've talked about it before, but
Mama's
was that
Family.
the skit show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one with we've talked about Tim Conway and Harvey.
That whole elephant scene.
The elephant scene, yes.
Yes.
But the dentist scene is one everybody talks about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The elephant scene.
The elephant scene is actually Mama's Family.
Yes, it was because
Yes.
she's the one who says it, and he falls off the couch laughing. It's so great.
Funny.
It's like
So
you cannot,
funny.
If you break character like that on SNL, you get fired.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well,
They can't ad lib that level?
It depends.
God, Tim
on,
Conway
It depends
was
on
a-
who it is.
But Tim
'cause-
Conway, you knew was going to be clean.
yes,
And he did
but-
all of his levels
But
of
when they
comedy.
laugh like that, like I
ad-lib.
think it was I've seen compilations on YouTube of SNL guys who have broken character because they're laughing.
Okay.
But I think at least in the 90s they were all afraid to do it because they didn't like. I think David Spade, when David Spade talks about the Matt Foley skit, he's like, I was trying not to laugh because I didn't want to give Lauren any more reasons to fire me.
I remember him saying that he was always on thin ice with SNL. Any others?
We do have Cousin Andrew on here.
Yeah.
He did say, I would have to say probably Family Matters or Step by Step. Steve Urkel is an icon of the 90s. Hard to forget.
Well,
Yeah.
what people do forget about that is that Steve Urkel was supposed to be like a
Instagram.
supporting character.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Instagram, Alex? Go ahead.
Steve Urkel was supposed to be a supporting character on Family Matters,
Really?
and he turned into like the lead character
Oh,
basically
I had no idea. Makes sense.
because the audience loved him.
Right. Yeah. He had the catchphrase, "Did I do that?"
I do that.
Yeah. And his laugh and just his voice. Everybody just had.
It was really good acting by Jaleel Wyatt.
Yeah. Yeah. He kept that character for a very long time. How long was Family Matters on?
I think it did 8 seasons.
That's actually a long time. What do you got, Alex?
Jersey Comic Crew.
Shout out to those
podcast.
guys.
Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, and the YouTube
Forgot about
episode that we did.
Seinfeld. How could I
Yeah.
forget about Seinfeld?
The YouTube episode that we did with them, or the episode we did with them, is on their YouTube as well. So
Mhm.
make sure you check that out.
Woo Long Talks podcast.
Shout out to them.
They're from the UK, by the way.
Mhm.
They said it's a show called Desmond's. It's a UK sitcom.
Okay. There's a lot of UK sitcoms that have been, brought over here, like The Office, and
I didn't watch a lot of Seinfeld growing up though. It was more when I got older.
yeah,
So I think it's more. It's not really a family show,
it's not meant for.
and it's not that it's dirty,
no,
but it's just for adults handling adult problems.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
J360 podcast.
Yeah. shout out to them.
Married with Children.
Okay.
My parents would not let me watch that show.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it. I didn't care for it. My parents just didn't care for it, so I didn't care for it. And I didn't find, but it's not like I hated it, but I just didn't find the comedy in
Oh,
it.
okay. Tanith, long time listener, she said, hard to pick one favorite, but the first one that popped in my mind was Mr. Belvedere.
I remember that one.
Okay.
I actually have no idea what
I'd
that
never
is.
heard of it.
No,
Like I've never watched an
I
episode.
think
of it
he
or
was a
anything.
butler for a family.
Is that why Rick and Morty has
I was
Mr.
just-
Belvedere?
It's,
There is a butler named
Maybe.
Mr. Belvedere who saves the family
Yeah.
in this
it's
episode
not
where
Belvedere. Is
that's
it?
Mr. Belvedere.
It is?
Yeah.
It is?
It's Mr. Belvedere.
Okay.
I wouldn't forget that.
All right. That's why I was just thinking. I was like, why is that so?
That must be why they did that. That's interesting. Good on them. Good on them.
My dad said on YouTube real quick to jump back on a Happy Days. He said Fonzie was a secondary character at first, became the main character after a few seasons.
After a few seasons,
just like Steve Urkel.
Yeah. Someone else is supposed to be secondary on Sitcom. Who was it? Shoot. And normally whenever there's that one person that's like just typecasted to be that, they normally break out into there's something that they keep them for. So anyways, that's all we had for that. Do we have anything else we want to touch on before we head out of here? Brett was you didn't want to do a long show tonight because we were pushing it pretty far. Just got one thing to announce real quick for Nintendo Switch users. This is pretty interesting. I just sold Captain Toad Treasure Tracker because I wasn't playing it anymore. They have it for free this week for Nintendo Switch Online users.
Are you kidding?
That's funny.
Oh,
not the ones that are like the that have the annual pass, but in any online user. That's pretty big. If you haven't checked out that game, it's actually for free right now. I think Nintendo is testing the waters with like a Game Pass type thing. Well, they kind of already have it with Super Nintendo and the NES and the Nintendo 64, but they don't have a lot of new games on there or anything new really. But they do have games that haven't been brought over to the States that are on there. Do you have anything else you want to touch on?
My sister Paige said, you'll remember that.
What?
That in one of the Family Guy skits with Stewie, quote unquote, trying to watch Mr. Belvedere.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. You'll have to like shoot me a text and send me what episode that is.
Find a clip on.
Yeah, or
YouTube.
find a clip and send it to me.
Yeah. I think we'll head on out of here if you guys just want to do the plugs. Are you guys cool with that? Or do you have anything else you want to say?
I'm pretty sure.
I have other stuff we can bring up.
I mean, I have
but
stuff
we can
that
save
for
it
Monday.
for Monday.
Yeah, I have stuff for Monday.
Yeah. We kind of just wanted to have this more as an NFL, and we kind of had other things that we wanted to touch on. We can do our playing and watching on Monday and everything because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. Scream does come out this weekend.
Yeah, it does. And I just
Got
see
a
the review.
9.
Yeah, but you were just saying like 2 weeks ago how you're upset about movie reviews.
I was.
Well, yeah, because you hate film critics.
Well,
because of all the
my point in telling you that is that I was surprised that it got as good as it did, or I was glad that it got as good as it did.
Right, but they've also given games.
I didn't. That's the only review I've seen though. Is
they also gave The Matrix Resurrections a 4,
exactly.
Which I don't get.
So
GameSpot gave it a 7. So you gotta go. You need a comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
But Scream is a franchise we've been a fan of.
No matter bad or good,
for a
we're
while.
going to see Scream.
Agreed.
Are you seeing it this weekend?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of football.
I might wait a week.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna say we have football.
I don't think there's Saturday games in the second week of the playoffs.
There's
and
less. Yeah.
I would have to go either on I would have to pretty much go on a Saturday night.
You won't go to our theater.
No.
Okay, so we'll just go
gonna see
ourselves.
it
Alex, you want to go Sunday?
We'll make plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday. That's football day.
Fuck it. We don't want to watch one of those games. We don't care.
Let's say it was like the one game I don't really
that
care.
reminded me.
We can get out of the movie and be like, oh, they won.
Yeah, whatever.
I wanted to bring up a point while I was watching that Chargers Raiders game. That is why I watch all the games, because you never know when something crazy like that is going to happen.
Yeah.
And
we'll watch
that's
the
why
highlights
I
of that
like
game.
being in that group chat, because I know like Rick is probably watching. If Patrick's not streaming, he's watching. Shane's probably watching. So there's people to talk about
That's
it
true.
with.
Yeah, I
And
left that.
That I've never seen anything like what happened in that game with what was at stake, which just makes it. That's why I watch NFL football.
Yeah, I left that group chat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, didn't want to be a part of it anymore because of the holder.
You had it muted anyway.
Yeah, I just
I didn't.
I wasn't going to be a part of it anymore because of the title holder. Do you know what he was doing off chat? Like he was, he was being a real drama bitch, and I was done with it.
Anyway.
So moving on. Alex, you want to do your plugs?
Yeah, so if you would like to watch me stream on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. I'm doing kind of a mix of, I went back to Call of Duty, and then I'm also playing Halo Infinite, but I'm also playing Halo Master Chief Collection.
Which Call of Duty, though?
Black Ops. Black Ops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be specific on that.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like floating around between games right now. Master Chief Collection, Josh and I played about 10 hours worth over the weekend. We got lost in it. We just got lost. We got in a firefight. Like there's so much to do.
Oh, firefight! I forgot about.
We played SWAT. We played Griff Ball. Like it's just fun going back to the old Halos. Like
I'm yelling at everybody. Alex,
he's never played Firefight before.
I don't know. I think he played it a long time ago, but we've reintroduced him to it.
Yeah,
I should say.
We actually
he's played it before.
We ended up playing.
He was telling us about the grunt one.
We ended up having to like just stop because we played it. We played one match or one go around with Firefight for 2 hours, and we weren't dying.
We were just too good. We kept on getting on ghosts.
We had our own
system.
We had a system, and it worked perfectly.
Why didn't you up the difficulty or something?
I just did a regular Firefight because I thought that they would
weren't sure
kick our
how long
ass.
we were gonna like play or how long or how difficult it was gonna be, and we're like, wow, we're actually too good for this level.
It was the sunset level that has the 2 towers, and it has the I don't know if you remember Firefight from Reach very much.
It was like the Mars setting looking one. It's like red, like a red planet looking one. It's like my favorite one.
Alex's favorite one.
Yeah. Well, and it's my first favorite. I have 2 favorites.
Yeah.
But then I did also get my very first Rampage, like Josh said earlier. I got my first Rampage, which is 20 kills in a row without dying on SWAT.
Which is multiplayer, which is huge.
And
so
that's
congratulations,
also like, I know.
Alex. That's a big deal.
So I do have a TikTok up. By
I
the
don't
way.
think you know a lot of people that have Rampages and SWAT, Brett.
So and that's after like
for?
It's an achievement. It's a big deal.
Whatever.
I don't care.
But,
yeah, see? Exactly.
I
it's
do
kind of like
have
you talking about your trophies.
I do have that available on TikTok,
yes.
by the way, and then it'll be on the rest of my social media later.
By the way, Alex.
Yes.
Do you try to say dirty things on your stream?
No.
He's talking about the other TikTok that you did about the push pop.
Okay, I know. I wasn't trying at part of that I said just because I was like, now I know it's going to sound dirty, but that's how I have to say it. But the rest of that, no, it just kind of comes out sometimes.
And your finger movement.
So I didn't even know I did the finger movement until Josh made the TikTok, and then he showed it to me, and he's like, you don't even know that you're doing something. And I was like, what? And he's like, you're talking about a push pop, and you're just sitting there like he's doing this. And then he showed me. I'm like, sometimes I just don't know what I'm doing.
I'd say.
Oh, man. So if you want to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MASTERL. I stream every Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Wednesday and Thursday evening, Saturday morning. Been playing. Patrick and I have been juggling around, maybe wanting to play some more Madden. We did play on Saturday. I kicked his ass. Game 1. Game 2.
I love how I kicked his ass.
Well, it was 54-6. So. And then the second game was 29-26. He won by a field goal because of the last interception. But he was really ready to uninstall the game. So
let me ask this. In these 3 games, how much running was going on?
Actually, we did running plays.
Okay.
Yeah, we did run plays.
When I used to play Madden against people back way...
Does it upset you that people do pass plays?
No, but... It didn't upset me because I won because I ran the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They would pass
I was juking
every play, and I would run the clock out and win, and they get super pissed. I'm like, you're passing every play, even on 4th down. Run the ball, you moron.
Well, I'm really good at juking, and Patrick was getting really pissed about my juking. He's like, how do you juke? So I taught him.
I mean, how? You play Madden, Patrick? It's been the same button for 20 years.
He also could not get a field goal to save his life. Because the kicking system in Madden 21 apparently is broken.
I
don't have an issue with it.
I remember on 21.
I don't have an issue.
It's changed. It's been a couple different ways throughout.
Still
the
A
years.
system.
I was just gonna say, Josh, we should do another. We should do another stream of you versus me and Madden, and I was like, nope, never mind. I hated.
I'll kick your ass.
Exactly. I think we wanted to play a couple games. We played one. I said nope.
Yeah. And then also you can catch me playing Warzone, which we got a win last night.
Yes, that was a great win.
Good win.
Yeah, all right, that was. They gave you the win.
Zach, Alex's cousin's boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay. He's become a real friend of ours and playing Warzone with us, and he's really good. He keeps his calm. He keeps his cool. He's very well level-headed when it comes to being in the final firefights. He was 2v1 at the end, and he got the final 2 kills and got us the victory. But
he had the higher ground.
It was 3v2 at the end, and Patrick and I got our asses kicked because I had no armor and no guns.
Yeah, because you guys weren't listening to me.
You weren't in my
I
chat.
said stay
You were not in my
put.
chat.
I was in Patrick's.
Sorry.
And Patrick was
Hey.
Patrick. You need to look at your chat.
Patrick was not relaying the messages.
You need to look at your chat, Patrick. He wasn't looking at his chat. I said stay there. Let them come to you.
But yeah, we got a victory, and then also played some Fall Guys. Been killing it and getting some crowns. And tonight I'll be playing some Halo Master Chief Collection in honor of Halo being shut off on the 360. So I'll be playing that with my boys. We got Brig and Patrick for sure joining in. Also, before we get into the rest of our plugs, want to give a kind of like a thoughts and prayers to Briggs' family. He has actually had a rough week. We want to just give him good energy. He's had a lot going on that don't really want to say. It's a pretty personal matter, but make sure you guys are doing that, giving him some good thoughts. As far as the podcast goes, make sure you guys are hitting a like on our channel for this episode and subscribe to the YouTube. And make sure you're hitting the bell to be notified for when we're live, which is normally every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week was hectic, and we're just lucky to get a show out this week. As far as our social media goes, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. PTOUnlimited is what you'll search, PTOUnlimited_podcast on Instagram. Please be sure to check out those social medias. And our Discord, our merch. You guys are awesome for checking out all that kind of good stuff, that keep in touch with us and wearing our swag. We'll have the movie club on Monday, which is Platoon. So if you guys have not seen that, make sure you guys are watching that. Old movie, but we'll be discussing that on Monday as well. So forgot to mention that. That's on our scroll. So I want to make sure you guys are noticing that we haven't talked about it. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Q_Key.
I don't have a final note.
I had one set up basically was just basically saying make sure you guys are checking out the links for all of our YouTube and stuff. Make sure you guys are checking out our swag. We haven't gotten our hats in yet. I have to make sure we order that.
Yeah.
But Alex got to see that in person. She loves it.
I did. The
good
hats
quality.
are very good quality.
Good quality.
Yes, very nice.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys on Monday. You guys have a good one. Bye, guys.
Bye.